So in the 90s, the WWF versus WCW was arguably one of the biggest debates that was happening at that time. Wrestling was at its all-time peak, and we were getting great wrestling games due to that, especially ones on the N64. I, of course, wrote a book on N64 wrestling games called The Art of N64 Wrestling Games. Link it in the description box down below. Pick it up on Amazon today and leave a 5-star review. But of course, in that book, I covered all of the retail releases of N64 wrestling games and many fan projects that have come out over the years. One game that I didn't include, though, is a game that I really wish I did, and I just wasn't super familiar with it at the time of the writing of the book, but as time has gone on, this has actually become one of my favorite ROM hacks. It actually works on a standard Nintendo 64. You can put it on an EverDrive and play it on your original hardware, or you can use an emulator. It's a game called Virtual Pro Wrestling Salvo, and we're going to take a look at this today because, boy oh boy, does this fulfill your WCW versus WWF fantasies? Now, as you can see here, this is based on the game WCW NWO Revenge. Now, I will have a link to the Internet Archive where you can find Virtual Pro Wrestling Salvo and other pro wrestling games for your Nintendo 64 because I'm a nice guy. But the creator of this Ragdos has done a ton of stuff, a ton of quality of life improvements, and made it a really good WCW versus WWF game. So right off the bat here, you can see we do have some new characters that have been added into the mix, such as NWO Sting. NWO Sting was actually in the source code for the game and was supposed to be a thing, but he never was for whatever reason. We do have some characters that have been moved around, such as Disco Inferno in the NWO Red and Black, and we have the standard Stinger here as well. And you can see that under certain characters, you will find some familiar faces, such as, oh, let's take a look at Kidman here. Well, that's Jeff Hardy. Well, that's Matt Hardy. Interesting stuff. And now you have the WWF roster. You can see with their taunts and their movesets. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin in multiple attires. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels in multiple attires. We have Bret the Hitman Hart, who of course is in the original game. We have The Undertaker with different eras and attires. We have The Rock in the game because, I mean, The Rock was a big deal. We have Kane in the game. We have Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love, the three faces of Foley in here, along with the British Bulldog and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. But it doesn't stop there. Let's go over to WCW. Oh, look at that. Ric Flair, the man who should have been in the game to begin with, but was in a contract dispute with Eric Bischoff. So now you got Flair in the game, which is like, that's just awesome, dude. And like, he looks great. You know, he's got the moves because obviously Hogan has like similar moves to him in this game for some reason because of, I don't know, weird programming or something like that. But of course, you have all of your traditional characters in this game as well that were in the base game. We also have Wrath fully involved in this game with a full move set. And we also have Hawk and Animal under Wrath's slot as well because they do have a kind of similar move set. So now you can get your Road Warriors on in Revenge. And we have, of course, Luchadors here under Rey Mysterio. Got some surprises with Taka Michinoku and the great Sasuke. So if this was all the game had, that would be awesome. But you might remember, WCW NWO Revenge had a roster of created characters in the game that were kind of over the top, but their movesets were based on Japanese legends. Well, now we have the Japanese legends, as they should be. We got Big Van Vader, we got Akira Tau, we have Dr. Death, Steve Williams, JR's favorite character, Jumbo Saruta, but we also have Stan the Lariat Hansen, but we also have Bam Bam Terry Gordy, but we also have Bruiser Brody. I mean, the roster just keeps getting better here, folks. Got Kenta Kobayashi, Kawada, we got Misawa in the game, we have Genichiro Tenryu, Katao in the game, Onita, including the Bret Hart Onita thing, which is like a weird thing that he did in Japan for some reason. Fuyuki, who I'm not super familiar with this individual. Tarzan Goto, I love the scars on Goto's forehead, and Hayabusa, unmasked Hayabusa, and I'm not sure who that's supposed to be because I don't know every wrestler ever. Maybe it's like a tiger mask thing. I don't know. I'll probably get someone in the comments will tell me. But like I said, you got a stacked roster here. But the cool thing is it expands just beyond the roster because there are some quality of life improvements in terms of the gameplay. Now, when you download the game, you can get a README file to see all of the stuff that has been changed or added in here. So I'm just going to do like a match or two and show you guys one of the things that I kind of want to show you, and that's why I'm choosing Diamond Dallas Page, and then I'll pick a WWF guy so we could see a WWF guy's moveset in the game as well. Now, as far as like arena changes and stuff like that, Ragdos did not do any arena changes. He just kind of kept it simple. WCW NWO Revenge, it's kind of a bit limited in all of the things that you can change as far as the parameters are concerned. So I understand, just kind of wanting to do something simple, something clean, and just something that, to try and see what can be done with this base game. And I think the end result is, spectacular. Like, I have played this game for so long, just messing around because I love Revenge because of the base roster. And when you add in like all these new characters, like it's so much fun to kind of mess around with. But one of the things that Revenge doesn't have that games like Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 and WWF No Mercy included is, of course, the running grapple system. So if I'm running here and I hit the grapple button, nothing's going to happen. In order to do a grapple, you have to be at a standstill. Well, a very talented individual by the name of Melonbread, who is like deep into like source code and hacking this sort of stuff, actually discovered pretty recently that Revenge indeed had running special grapples slated for the game, but they were removed, and it was just something that kind of felt like it was lost to time. Well, those running special grapples have actually been included in this version of Revenge, which is Virtual Pro Wrestling Salvo. And Diamond Dallas Page, with the Diamond Cutter, of course, is one of those individuals who has the running grapple. So I want to show you it. It does something kind of weird with the camera when you do it, if it does a replay, because the game isn't expecting you to do it. But we're about to get a Diamond Cutter here on old Mick Foley. And I know you guys want to see like move sets and stuff for the WWF guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna give it to you in a second here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to run, hit the control stick, running Diamond Cutter. And you see the replay kind of messes it up a little bit because the game isn't like expecting you to do that. But dude, that is so awesome. And that is so DDP. So good. Let's go home. Come on, Cactus. Don't kick out. Thank you. And like you'll see here in the replay, like, I don't know, it doesn't do it justice. It's just kind of the end of the move. Or it actually just shows the Diamond Cutter. It doesn't show the run-up. But I clearly was running and doing the Diamond Cutter in there. But like I said, I do want to show you guys a WWF moveset because, I mean, obviously you're gonna want to see, like, is there a Stone Cold Stunner in the game? Is there a Rock Bottom in the game? Spoiler alert, there is. But one thing is that, there was only a limited amount of move slots that Ragdos could mess with. You can see here we got the standard salute, very Stone Cold. So like the People's Elbow is not in the game because the People's Elbow was going to take up a lot of the slots. Like I've read where Ragdos like explained all of this sort of stuff, why certain moves were omitted from the game, but all of your core moves are here, and you'll see that like they are the actual moves that you would expect in like WWF WrestleMania 2000 or something like that. So I'll beat up on The Rock a little bit here. I think the difficulty is like by default on easy mode, but that's fine. I'm not here to have like a 5-star match. I'm here to show you moves, and you can see like Austin looks freaking great, dude. And like The Rock looks great too. We'll keep flicking them off. Come on, look at that. Look at that. Come on, you son of a bitch. All right. Boom. Boom. Let's go. Oh, what's that? You're getting up? Maybe I need to hit you with The Rock. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I was going to hit him with the Rock Bottom, but we hit the wrong button. Get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up. You reversed? Okay, well, you saw the Stone Cold Stunner there, so you know that it has the proper moves in here. And I just think this game is it's so cool, man. Like, it's so crazy to think about this and like it actually be a reality and it work just so well. And the fact that you don't need, and obviously, there's been projects like this that have been done before that, texture projects and stuff like that, but you can't play those on an original N64. This you can play on an original N64. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. This is the WCW screw job, Brett. You thought you could get rid of me? Let me do a little dance for you, pal. Ow, that wasn't very nice. I do want to show you the sweet chin music, though, to show you that it is not the cryonic kick, because I'm sure many people would think it would be. But yeah, like I said, this is a free download. You can find people like selling repro carts online, but like that's stupid. I don't know. I know some people like the repro cart stuff, and they're like, oh, it's cool. I like it. I have a cartridge, but it's like, bro, at that point, just buy an EverDrive or a Summer Cart, and like you're good to go. You can you can not only play this one, but many other very popular N64 ROM hacking projects that aren't just, wrestling games. You can play new Mario games. You can play new versions of Smash Brothers. You can play new versions of Zelda games. Like, why limit yourself with something like that? Why is Brett being so difficult? Damn you, Bret Hart. Okay, I obviously don't want to pin you right now. But like I love this ROM hack, dude. I think it's so cool. I think it opens so many doors to like matches that we would have died for at the time, like Goldberg versus Stone Cold. I probably should have done that for the video. But you got to experience that for yourself, man. Like that would be such a legendary thing. We never even got it when they were both in the WWE together because well, Stone Cold wasn't in the best shape at that time and obviously things were happening, all sorts of stuff. I think I'm cute. Look at me, I'm Bret Hart. I'm going to complain about stuff for the rest of my life. I'm just kidding. I love Bret Hart, but goddamn, the man does complain a lot. All right, let's give him a little sweet chin music. And that is not a cryonic kick, folks. That is a HBK specialty. So let me know in the comments section down below. Wow! Wow! No sold. Let me know in the comments section down below. What do you think of this project? Is this something you'll want to check out? Because I feel like if you watch to like the end of this video, it probably will be. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the stash here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm always doing wild and crazy stuff like this. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.